Snake symbolism is found in almost every ancient culture. I have another video about this. It is very interesting because it appears everywhere, and they all kind of relate to spirituality. So what's the deal with snakes? Just after or around high school, I had 2 visions of snakes, and I was on a spiritual path, so these didn't just come from anywhere. I was actively seeking. The first vision, I was sitting in the desert, or I was on my knees in the desert, in the sand, and it was dusk. And out of the sand in front of me arose this body, and then soon I realized it was my twin sister. And in her arms was holding a big snake, like a boa constrictor. It was draped around her neck, and she was carrying it up like this. And she was rising out of the sand, and the sand started falling off her shoulders and off the snake. And as she looked at me, I started to cry in this vision because her love was radiating, and it was so powerful, it overwhelmed me. And I started to sob, and she was glowing, very angelic-like. And as she rose higher and higher, her and the snake started to glow brighter and brighter light. And she kept rising all the way up until all she became was bright light way above me. Now that was the first vision. The second vision I had, it occurred after I had what I call heart opening. I feel this pressure build in my heart, and as it cracks open, I begin to sob. This energy flows out from the heart, fills my body. And when this was happening, again, several years ago, I had this vision. And I was floating in a void, slowly rising up, just big black space. But around me was a giant serpent or snake. It was huge, and it was spiraling around and up, and I was in the middle of that spiral. And when I looked up, I saw the snake going way, way up to this bright, bright light. And its head, the head of the snake, was just in front of the light, just like as if a cloud was in front of the sun. So I could look up and see it, and it wasn't blinding because the head was blocking that bright light. And as I looked up and as I rose up to the head and the light, I heard a warning or advice, and it said, "Beware, that is where the head is." Now what does this mean? After doing research and after other experiences, I believe it means beware of your thoughts, of what you think, because as this energy rises, and I believe both these visions are alluding to Kundalini, or this earth energy that we ascend up through the body to the head, and that is the path of enlightenment. That is how we become more aware or more awakened to what we truly are. And these visions I had were before I knew about Kundalini, which I think is very interesting. It kind of led me to that path just while I was seeking. So I believe the warning is, as you progress spiritually and as you get this energy flowing up into your body, up to the higher centers, you become more powerful with your thoughts. They begin to manifest things instantly. So if you're not ready, if you're, the individual self or the ego and its desires and fears have not been subdued or let go, and you don't have a strong foundation of love and surrender and peace and silence, then if that energy rises and you still have a lot of superstitions or fears, you might manifest things that are very unpleasant. So the warning is, beware of what you think of because it is powerful. Beware of how you see others, because that's what you will create. You are a co-creator. So become aware of them and keep them in check, and do the work that is necessary. Do the practice of seeing everything with love and letting go of these negative thoughts.